Oh, okay. Mr. Donalds, you're called on next, and you do understand the rule that we have to be wearing masks in committee when we're not speaking, according to the Capitol physician. You're recognized for your 5 minutes of questioning.
I'll save the debate on the rule for another day. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Witnesses, thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. Representative Thompson, you've been in the Texas legislature for a considerable amount of time, and I thank you for your service. I understand what it is to serve in a state legislature. I served in Florida's for the last 4 years before I came to Congress. You mentioned in your opening statement about how when you were at a polling location, you felt intimidation. I believe it was from a Proud Boy member, whoever it was. Did you file a complaint with the election official, or assuming in Texas the election judge that's in every polling location?
It's nice to meet you. The person came behind me, and I turned and asked what they wanted. And I'm known in my district, and I'm known in that particular precinct. And I didn't have, after just speaking with that person for a little bit, I didn't have no trouble out of her. But most people would not have stood their ground.
But my point is, I'm sorry, we're limited time, so that's why I would love to engage more. But my question is, understanding, your role as an elected leader in Texas, knowing the situation you encountered as an election leader, did you take it upon yourself to file a complaint with the election judge?
I did not. And that person, I think, shortly left after we finished talking.
Okay. My secondary question is there anything in this law, in the Texas law, which I have in front of me, I've been reading it during this committee hearing, is there anything in this law that would stop anybody from being able to file a complaint if they felt some form of intimidation from a poll watcher, excuse me?
Congressman, you're a black like me. How many black people you know is going to be intimidated and go and file against some white person in the South?
I mean, I'm just talking about you. I'm not going to be intimidated either. So I'm asking a question.
About you too.
No, what I'm saying is,
I'm responding to your questions.
Is there anything in the law that prohibits somebody from filing a complaint? We're talking about the law now. That's what we're talking about.
It's nothing prohibiting them from it, but the mere fact of somebody of another ethnicity looking like the Proud Boys in their particular precinct is intimidating enough. Who's going to think about filing a complaint? Some people may, but most people my age are not going to be doing that. They're going to be intimidated, and they're going to tell their friends, and their friends are not going to want to go back. And that intimidation, by any means that you want to announce, is still intimidation, and that is a suppression of the vote.
I would like to add, for one point before we move on, is that it's not just a member of the Proud Boys or anybody else who might be a poll watcher. And by the way, I don't even know who those people are.
Well, most of them who will come to my area are white.
This is my time, so let me explain this is my point. What I'm saying is there is nothing in this law that prevents any voter in the state of Texas from filing a complaint which would actually take away or diminish their voting rights. That's the fact of the law, because I'm sitting here reading it, and even in your answer, you didn't tell me that it's actually not clear in this bill that people are allowed to actually file complaints. But I got to move on because we're almost out of time. Representative Collier, I was listening